Hi everyone, so welcome to my channel. So myself Raza, and in this video I am going to discuss Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya arithmetic test. So that is mathematics questions related to 2018 solved paper. Right, so this particular exam is for entrance into class 6th. Right, so this paper contains totally 25 maths questions. So till 2018 we are having one particular pattern in which we can have 25 questions from mathematics. So whereas in 2019 and 20 in the new pattern we are going to have only 20 questions in the arithmetic test. Right, so if you haven't watched those videos, so please go through my channel, so there you can find out the solved paper 2019 and 20. Right, so next moving to first question. So question number 1. So what he has given, so 23200 divided by 145 is equal to 160. So 23,200 divided by 145 is equal to 160. So this is the value that he has given, and he is asking you to find out this particular value. So 23.2 divided by 1.45. See, whenever you are having decimal values, so after the decimal point, if you are having same number of decimal values, then you can remove that decimal when it is given as a fraction. Right, now since it is having two decimal places, in the numerator we are having only one decimal place, so I can add one 0. If you add 0, then there won't be any difference. Then this can be written as 2320 divided by 145. So I can write it as 2320 by 145. Now since I know 23200 by 145 is 160, so for that what I am going to do is I am going to multiply with 10 and divide with 10. I am going to multiply with 10 and divide with 10. Then what I am going to have, this particular thing. So this particular part will become 23200 divided by 145 into 1 by 10. So already we know this particular value, right? So what is this particular value? It is nothing but equal to 160. So this is 160 divided by 10. So here 0 gets cancelled, hence the answer is 16. So this particular value is nothing but 16. So answer is 16. Understood? So by considering the decimal places, we are going to get the answer as 16. So no more calculations here. Right, next moving on to question number 52. So what he has given, 84% is equal to. So always do remember, so whenever this percentage symbol is given, so whenever percentage symbol is given, and if you want to remove that percentage symbol, simply divide with 100. Simply divide with 100. So when you divide with 100, there won't be any percentage symbol. Now what is the answer? So 84 by 100. So where it is given 84 by 100. So in the options we don't have 84 by 100. So further simplification, what we are going to have, 2 table. So we can cancel it in 2 table. Then what I am going to have, 42 divided by 50. Right. So furthermore we can simplify. So this can be written as 21 by 25. But in the options we don't have this particular fraction. So this is given, hence option 2 is my answer. Next moving on to question number 53. So this question is related to profit and loss. Right, now what he has given, a man buys a TV at rupees 18,200. So buys means it is nothing but cost price. So cost price is equal to 18200. Next what he did, he spends 1800 on repairing. So 1800 on repairing means, so this repairing also will come under cost price only. So repairing is also equal to cost price. That means this 1800 also will be added up to this cost price. Then so whenever you are having two cost prices, then we need to consider total cost price. So total cost price is nothing but the addition of these two. So 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0, 8 plus 2 is 10. So 1 is carried, 8 plus 2 again 10. So again 1 is carried, it is nothing but 20,000. That means the total cost price of the TV is 20,000. Okay, so whenever you are having the additional repairing or transportation or whatever the charges we have, those also will be included in cost price only. Okay, next, if we want 3,000 as profit, then what is the selling price? If you want 3,000 as a profit, then what is the selling price? So what he has given, so profit is equal to 3,000. Then what do we know? Selling price is equal to, already we know the formula, right? So selling price is equal to cost price plus profit, or we know that profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. So from this, already we know that profit is equal to SP minus CP. So using this condition, from this SP is equal to profit plus CP. Now adding this, what I am going to have, this is 20,000 is the cost price plus profit is 3,000. Now what is the total value? It is 23,000. So if he sells the TV at 23,000, then he will get a profit of 3,000 rupees, right? So here the main important formula that we need to remember is profit is equal to SP minus CP. Next, moving on to 54th question. So question number 4. So what he has given, in what time? In what time rupees 3,500 will become 4,130 when annual rate of interest is 6%. So here in what time? So in what time means we need to find out this time. Okay, so this 3,500 will become 4,130. So what is this 3,500? So initially whatever the amount that is there, that is nothing but we call it as principal. So principal is equal to 3,500. Now it should become 4,130. So it should become 4,130 means the amount. So amount is 4,130. So whenever you know amount, then I can find out the interest, right? So interest is given by I is equal to amount minus principal. Interest is equal to amount minus principal. So from this 4,130 minus 3,500. So when I do subtraction, so 0 minus 0 is 0. So 3 minus 0 is 3. So we can't cancel out. So this becomes 11. So 11 minus 5 is 6. Next 3 minus 3 is 0. Hence interest is 630. So we got the interest value. Now I need time. So what is the formula for time? Time is equal to 100 into I by P into R. 100 into I by P into R. And what are the things that are given? So here rate is also given now. So rate is 6%. Now directly substituting the values. So time is equal to 100 into I by PR, which gives me 100 into, what is rate of interest here? Sorry, interest is 630 divided by, what is principal? So principal is 3,500 into, what is rate of interest? So rate of interest is 6. Now doing cancellation, so 0 0, so 2 zeros gets cancelled. Next in 7 table, so 7 5s 35. In 7 table, 7 9s are 63. So 63, so 90. Now finally what I am going to get? So again in 6, so 6 table, so 6 1s are 6. Next 30 5 times. Again in 5 table, this 15 goes 3 times. So finally what is the answer? So it is nothing but 3 years. Hence the answer is 3 years. So here calculate while doing simplifications and calculations, so please be careful. Okay, so the answer is 3 years, right? Next, moving on to question number 55. So what is the quotient when 76076 is divided by 13? So 76076 is divided by 13. Okay, so let us see this. So how to find the quotient? So quotient is obtained by multiplying, right? So by dividing with 13. Now if you observe, so 3 multiplied by 2 will give me 6, right? So in all the options units digit is 2. So there is no restriction for that. Now multiplying the values, so what I am going to get? So 13 4s are 52, 13 5s 65. So 13 5s are 65. Now 6 minus 5 is 1, so 11 is the remainder. In the next step what will happen? So this 0 will get down, and after that, so 13 8s are, so 13 8s how much? So it is 104. So here I am going to get 67, and after the 13 5s 65. So 65 next, so 7 minus 5 is 2, and here I am going to get 6 in the next step. So here 7 comes down, here 6 comes down. Next 13 2s are 26. Hence this particular thing is nothing but I call it as quotient. So this is my quotient. So hence the answer is option 2. So by looking at the first two values only we can decide the answer, right? If you are new to this channel, so please subscribe the channel and share with your friends, right? Next, moving on to question number 56. A common multiple of both 9 and 7 is A. A common multiple of both 9 and 7 is A. This number is in between 1200 and 1300. So what is the number A? So common multiple. So common multiple means you can simply remember it as LCM, right? So first of all we need to find out the LCM of 9 and 7. So finding out the LCM of 9 and 7. So what is the LCM of 9 and 7? So here I can take 3 tables. So 3 3s and here 7 is as it is. So likewise if I go on, since these two are co-primes, so these two are co-primes, then what we can say, the product of those two numbers is LCM. So LCM of 9 comma 7 is nothing but the product of those two numbers. So 9 into 7, it is nothing but 63. It is nothing but 63. Now this particular A is lying in between 1200 and 1300, no? So the multiple of 63 we need to consider, which is lying in between 1200 and 1300. Hence this particular value is not my answer. So clearly 1197 does not lie in between 1200 and 1300. Okay. Next, for this what we can do is we can just verify the divisibility rule of 9 and 7. So first of all, so this is cancelled, so there is no option for this. Next, 1260. So 1260 means 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 6 is 9. It is divisible by 9. Next, 1206 also divisible by 9. Next, 1266. So 6 plus 6 12, 12 plus 2 14, plus 1 15. This is not divisible by 9. Hence only from these two options we are going to check my answer. So for that we need to verify for multiple of 7. So divisibility rule of 7 is nothing but doubling the value in the units place and subtracting from the remaining number. So 1260. So double of 0 is 0. I need to subtract 0 from this. Then what I am going to have? 126. Next, double of 6 is 12. So that 12 I need to subtract. I got 0. Hence it is divisible by 7. So it is divisible by 7. So already divisibility by 9 we have checked, and divisibility by 7 also satisfied. So then 1260 is my value, which is multiple of both 9 and 7 and is lying between 1200 and 1300. Hence my answer is 1260. Next, moving on to question number 57. Now he is asking you to find out the next term in the sequence. If you observe 9, 13, 17, 21, 25 and what next? If you observe this, so if I add plus 4 to this, I am going to get 13, and directly 13 plus 4 is 17, 17 plus 4 is 21, 21 plus 4 is 25. Automatically here also plus 4, 25 plus 4 is nothing but 29. Hence my answer is 29. Here it is following a common difference of 4. Right, next moving on to question number 58. So in which of the following numbers only one prime number lie? Okay, to know this, so first of all we need to know the prime numbers. Now let us see what are the prime numbers we have till 100. So the prime numbers till 100 are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 73, 79, 83, 89, 97. Now if you observe, from 1 to 10 we are having 4 prime numbers. From 11 to 20 also we are having 4 prime numbers. So from 21 to 30 I am having 2. From 31 to 40 I am having, so from 30 to 40 I am having 2. From 40 to 50 I am having 3. Next from 50 to 60 again I am having 2. From 60 to 70 I am having 2. 70 to 80 again I am having 3. From 80 to 89 I am having 2. From 90 to 900 I am having only 1. Okay, so from this we having only one prime number, so that means, so this 97 is nothing but a single prime number which is lying between 90 and 100, right? Hence the answer is option 4. Okay, so totally if you observe there are 25 prime numbers. So there are 25 prime numbers from 1 to 100. So if you consider numbers from 1 to 100, we are having 25 primes among them. Okay, you need to remember these 25 prime numbers so that anywhere in the exam, so he may ask. Right, next moving on to question number 59. So find the sum of 7.7 plus 7.77 plus 7.777 plus 7. Here it is 4 sevens. Okay, so this is the given question. So whenever you are having decimal places, different decimal places, so first of all we need to make all the decimal places as equal. So for that, what is the thing which is having more number of decimal places? It is nothing but 7. So 4 sevens. Right, then I can write the first one as 7.7 followed by 3 zeros. Next the second one I can write as 77 followed by 2 zeros. Next the third one I can write as 7.777 followed by 1 zero. Next fourth one will be 7.7777. So why I am writing this means, so all the decimals should be in the same line. Now I need to do the addition. Now adding 0, 0, 0 and 7 is 7. Next 7 plus 7 is 14. So 1 will be carried. 7 3s are 21 plus 1 22. Again 2 is carried. So 7 4s are 28. 28 plus 2 is 30. So here we will be having the decimal point and 3 will be carried here. So 7 4s are 28 again. 28 plus 3 31. Hence the answer is 31.0247. Hence the option 4 is my answer. Next moving on to question number 60. Now let us see this. So what he has given, a rectangular plot has sides 100 meters into 80 meters. So length is 100 meters and breadth is 80 meters. So find the length of the wire to surround it 3 times. So surrounding means nothing but finding out the perimeter. So do remember this. So surrounding the boundary means nothing but finding out the perimeter. So how many perimeters you need? 3 times. So 3 times means we need to take 3 perimeters, right? Now what is the shape of the plot? So shape of the plot is rectangle. Then we need to remember the perimeter of rectangle. So perimeter of rectangle is equal to 2 times of L plus B. 2 times of L plus B. So from this what I am going to get? 2 times of, what is L here? So L is 100 plus breadth is 80. So 2 times of this is 180. So 2 times of 180 is 360 meters. So this is nothing but the length of the wire for one round. So for one round the length of the wire is 360 meters, but he asked for 3 times, right? So finally what I can do, so length of wire for 3 rounds, so length of wire for 3 rounds is equal to 3 into 360. So 3 into 360 is nothing but 1080 meters. So when you multiply, you are going to get the answer. It is 1080 meters. Next, moving on to question number 61. Now look at this question. So this question is related to fractions and fractions. A person covered 47.5 kilometers in one day. If the covered 29 1/3 kilometers, if he covered 29 1/3 kilometers by scooter, 8 5/6 kilometers by bicycle, and the rest of the distance on foot, find the distance covered on foot. Now the total distance. So total distance is 47.5 kilometers he traveled, and this total distance will be equal to, so distance covered by scooter plus distance covered by a bicycle plus distance covered by foot, right? Now let us see this. So this is nothing but the total distance. This total distance is equal to distance covered by scooter. So distance covered by scooter means 29 1/3 kilometers plus distance covered by bicycle means 8 5/6 kilometers plus, so distance covered by foot. So since we don't know the distance covered by foot, so let us consider this as D. Okay, so this is my distance covered by foot, which is nothing but my D. Now I need to find out this D value. So for that, first of all I need to convert these mixed fractions into improper fractions. Then what I am going to have, 47.5. So what is the value of 47.5? So it is nothing but 95 divided by 2 is equal to 29 3s are. So 33s are 90. So it becomes 87 plus 1 is 88 divided by 3 plus here 8 6 are 48 plus 5. It is nothing but 53 divided by 6 plus D. Now since I need to find out the value of D, for that what I am going to do is I am going to transpose these two things to the left hand side. Then I can write it as 95 by 2. So whenever you do transpositions, then the signs will change. Since we are having plus here, it becomes minus 88 divided by 3 minus 53 divided by 6 is equal to D. Now if you observe here, the denominators are different. So all the denominators are different. So whenever you are having unlike fractions, then we need to take the LCM. So what is the LCM of 2, 3 and 6? So it is clearly 6. So you can find it out. So LCM is 6. Now by considering that particular LCM as 6, then this particular 2, so this 2 in 6 goes in 2 table. So when will you get 6? 3 times. So that 3. So with that 3 I need to multiply the numerator. So 3 into 95 minus, in 3 table when will you get 6? So 2 times. So that 2 into numerator is already 88. So 2 into 88 minus, already in 6 table when will you get 6? 1 time. So that 1 into 53 is equal to D. Now 3 into 95. So 5 3s are 15. So 1 is carried. 9 3s 27 plus 1 28 minus 8 2s are 16. 1 is carried. 8 2s are 16 plus 1 is 17 minus 1 into 53 is 53 divided by 6 is equal to D. Now further simplification. Now since we are having 2 minuses here, right? So we need to add those two. So 176 and 53. So 6 plus 3 is 9. 7 plus 5 is 12. So 1 is carried. So 229. So this I can write it as 285 minus 229 divided by 6, which is equal to D. Now from 285 I need to subtract this 229. So this 5 from this 5 I cannot cancel. I cannot subtract 9, so I need to take a borrow. Then this becomes 7 and this becomes 15. So 15 minus 9 is 6, 7 minus 2 is 5. So hence the value is 56 divided by 6 is equal to D. Since both the numbers are even numbers, so we can cancel 2 table, right? So this becomes 28 divided by 3, which is equal to D. So D is equal to 28 by 3. Now since options are all given in mixed fractions, so we need to convert this into mixed fractions. So 3 dividing 28, so this goes 9 times, so 3 9s are 27, 1 is the remainder, so I can write as 9 1 by 3. So D is equal to 9 1 by 3 kilometers. Hence the answer is 9 1 by 3 kilometers, which is nothing but the distance covered by foot. Next, moving on to question number 62. 12 men or 15 women. 12 men or 15 women can do a piece of work in 21 days. Find the number of days required to complete the same work by 6 men and 10 women. So here the word or is used, here and is used. Okay, now let us see this. First of all, we are talking about 12 men. So 12 men or 15 women means men they are doing individually, or women they can do individually. If they do individually, they can complete it in 21 days, right? So 12 men can complete. So 12 men can do a work in 21 days. 12 men can do a work in 21 days. Okay. 12 men can do a piece of work in 21 days. Then always, so whenever you are doing a problem related to days, so work and men, then you need to go with a 1 day work. So always you need to find out 1 day work. Okay, so here 12 men are doing, so they can finish the work in 21 days. If for suppose if I say 1 day work of 12 men, so 1 day work of 12 men means, so they can complete 1 by 21th part of work. So 1 day work of 12 men is nothing but 1 by 21, because in 21 days they are going to complete the whole work. So 1 day work means, so 1 by 21th part they can complete. Okay, now if I directly say 1 day work of 1 man, 1 day work of 1 man, that means I need to divide with that particular 12, right? So 1 by 21 into 12th part will be completed by 1 man in 1 day. So here in 1 day 12 men can complete a work of 1 by 21th part, whereas in 1 day 1 man can complete a work of 1 by 21 into 12th part. Okay, the same way directly I can go with women also, no? So 1 day work of 1 woman, so directly writing, so it is nothing but 1 by, so already he has given 21 into number of women is 15, so directly you can consider in this particular way. Okay, so 1 by 21 into 15, so don't directly multiply, so there is a possibility of cancellation, then you can make use of it. So here always do remember 1 day work of 1 man, 1 day work of 1 woman we need to find out. Okay, after that, now what is he asking? Find the number of days required to complete the same work by 6 men and 10 women. So here end means we need to do addition. Okay, so we need to do addition. Now what I am going to do is, so he is asking you to find out the number of days, no? So here I am going to take the 1 day work of 6 men and 10 women. So 1 day work of 6 men plus 10 women is equal to, so already you know 1 day work of 1 man, here I am taking 6 men, so it becomes 6 into 1 day work of 1 man, so 6 into 1 by 21 into 12 plus 10 into 1 by 21 into 15. Now since we don't have nothing in the denominator, then it is nothing but 1, So in 6 table I can cancel this 12 2 times, in 10 table, in 5 table I can cancel it 2 times, and this 3 times, right? Next, furthermore simplification is not possible, then I can directly take 1 by 21 as common, then here I am going to have 1 by 2 plus 2 by 3. So this I can write as 1 by 21 into, so what is the LCM? So since 2 and 3 are co-primes, so LCM is their product. So whenever you are having LCM as their product, then directly you can do cross multiplication. So 3 1s are 3 plus 2 2s are 4. Then what I am going to have, 1 by 21 into, so 3 plus 4 is 7 divided by 6. Now in 7 table this 21 gets cancelled 3 times. What is the answer? 1 by 18th part. So a 1 day work of 6 men and 10 women is 1 by 18. That means this denominator value, so if you reciprocate it, so whatever the value that you are going to get, that is nothing but the number of days. So finally what I can say, number of days is equal to 18 days. Number of days is equal to 18 days. That means 6 men and 10 women can complete the work in 18 days. Okay, always do remember. So whenever you are given a question like this, so first of all find out 1 day work of 1 man, 1 day work of 1 woman. Okay, so whatever may be the number of men given, so we need to find out for 1 man, right? I hope you have understood this particular question, right? Next, moving on to question number 63. A fish tank length, breadth and height is 40, 60 and 50 centimeters respectively. So he has given length is equal to 40 centimeters, breadth is equal to 60 centimeters and height is equal to 50 centimeters. Now it contains 50 liters of water. It contains 50 liters of water. How much water is needed to fill it completely? So first of all I need to find out the volume of this particular tank. So volume of tank, so volume of tank is equal to, so what is the volume of cuboid? It is nothing but length into breadth into height, so which gives me 40 into 60 into 50. Now 5 4s are 20, so 5 4s 20, 26 is 120, so it is nothing but 5 6, so 6 5 is 30, 34 is 120, followed by these 3 zeros. So these 3 zeros I need to write, followed by this. So this is nothing but the volume of tank. So the volume of tank is 1,20,000 centimeter cube. So this particular thing, but in the question here he has given in liters, so I need to convert this into liters. So what is the condition we have? So what is the conversion? We know 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. So this particular conversion we need to know to solve this particular problem. So 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. That means this I can write as 120 into 1000 centimeter cube. This 1000 centimeter cube I can write as 1 liter. So this gives me 120 liters. So the volume of tank is 120 liters. Already in the tank how many liters of water is there? 50 liters. So to fill the tank I need to add how many liters of water then? So water required to fill the tank. So water required to fill the tank is equal to, so what should I do? So this is total minus already how much is filled? 50 is filled. So 120 minus 50 is nothing but 70 liters. So I need 70 more liters of water to fill the tank. For suppose if the question is asked, so what is the volume of the tank? Then directly I can say it is 120 liters. Okay, next moving on to question number 64. A store sells a packet of 5 apples in 25 and a single apple in 6. If a lady purchases 27 apples, how much money will she pay? Right? A store sells a packet of 5 apples in 25 rupees and a single apple in 6 rupees. Okay, now for that what I am going to do is this particular 27 apples. So that 27 apples, first of all I need to have how many packets of apples first. Now this 27 I can write it as, so 27 I can write as, so since in each packet we are having only 5 apples, right? So this 27 I can write as 5 into 5. So 5 5s are 25 plus 2. So 5 into 5 plus 2. So this you can directly apply. So you can directly apply the condition of a division, because in each packet you are having 5 apples. So divide 27 with 5. Then what I am going to have? So 5 5s are 25 followed by 2 as the remainder. That means here we need to convert this into a mixed fraction. So how many packets we have? So 5 packets and 2 individual. So we are having 5 packets and 2 single apples. So 2 single apples will make my 27 apples, right? So now I am going to take the total cost. So what would be the cost then? So for each packet 25 rupees. So for that 5 packets means, so 5 into 25. So this is nothing but for the packets. For single, so for each single apple I need to pay 6 rupees. So for 2 single apples, so 2 into 6. So 5 25s, 125 plus 2 6 are 12. So 125 plus 12 is 137 rupees. So totally she need to pay 137 rupees to buy those 27 apples, right? Next, moving on to question number 65. Kaku got 7 marks less than Bakshi, while Raman got 3 marks more than Kaku. If the total marks obtained by all the three is 76, so find the marks obtained by Raman. Okay, now let us see. Here we are need of Raman marks, right? So with respect to Raman we are going to discuss. So Raman got 3 marks more than Kaku. So for suppose if I consider Raman's marks as R, Raman's marks as R, and Raman got 3 marks more than Kaku. So Raman got 3 marks more than Kaku means, so Raman minus Kaku is equal to 3. So Raman minus Kaku is equal to 3. Next, Kaku got 7 marks more than Bakshi. Kaku got 7 marks less than Bakshi. That means Kaku's marks are more or Bakshi's marks are more? Kaku got 7 marks less, no? That means Bakshi minus Kaku. So Bakshi minus Kaku is equal to 7. So you can write like this. Okay. So Raman's marks minus Kaku's marks is equal to 3. Next, Bakshi's marks minus Kaku's marks is equal to 7. Next, what he has given? So Raman marks plus Kaku's marks plus Bakshi's marks. So the total marks obtained by the 3 is nothing but 76. Right? So it is nothing but 76. Now what do I need? I need to find out Raman's marks. So to find out Raman's marks, so first of all what I am going to do is I am going to convert Raman's marks, so Kaku's marks first. So from this equation, so what I can write? Kaku's marks. So I am transposing this minus k to right hand side and this 3 to left hand side. Then from this what I can write? K is equal to R minus 3. The same way here also K is equal to B minus 7. So K is equal to R minus 3 and K is equal to B minus 7. Now here instead of K I can write R minus 3. Here K is equal to B minus 7. So instead of taking the 3 variables, so it is somewhat difficult to solve, right? So it takes somewhat time. So instead of this, so what we can do is, so we can make everything in single variable. We can make everything in single variable. For suppose if this Kaku's marks if I consider as K, then Raman's mark is k plus 3 and B's marks is k plus 7, right? Then how can I write this as? So if I consider Kaku's marks as k, then Raman's marks is equal to 3 plus k and this particular Bakshi's marks is equal to k plus 7 or 7 plus k. Now substituting the value of Raman and Bakshi's marks in this particular equation, then what I am going to have, R can be written as 3 plus k plus Kaku's marks is k plus Bakshi's marks is k plus 7, which is equal to 76. So k plus k plus k is 3k plus 3 plus 7 is nothing but 10, which is equal to 76. So when I transpose this plus 10, it becomes minus 10. So 76 minus 10, which gives me 66. So from this k is equal to 66, this into 3 will be transposed as divided by 3. This gives me k is equal to 22. But what is the thing that I need to find it out here? So I need to find out the value of Raman, right? So Raman means I need to find out this particular value. So substituting the value of k in Raman's value, so this gives me 3 plus 22. So 3 plus 22 is 25. So the marks obtained by Raman is 25. For suppose if we ask about Bakshi, so Bakshi directly I can find it out 22 plus 7, so which is nothing but 29. So who got more marks here then? So Bakshi got more marks, Kaku has got least, and Raman is the one who got in between those two, right? Hence the answer is 25. If any other person's marks are asked, so you can directly find it out. Next, moving on to question number 66. So before going to that, so once again recalling this particular question, so always, so whenever you are given a question like this, convert everything in terms of one particular variable. Okay, so Raman, Kaku, Bakshi, we got these particular expressions, but what we need to see is you need to convert each and everything in terms of a single variable. So Raman I have converted in terms of k, Bakshi also I have changed it in terms of k, right? Next, moving on to question number 66. So this question is related to bar diagram. The following bar diagram shows the sale, that is number of burgers of a burger seller during 5 days, right? So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Since Sunday is a holiday, so he did not sell anything. Now if total sale of burger was 320, then the number of burgers sold on Sunday. So he is asking to find out the burgers that were sold on Sunday. Now first of all, so what is this value? So this is 40, right? And this is 60 and this is 80 and this is 55. So we thought Sunday was holiday, but actually it is not. So we need to find out the value on Sunday. So for that, what we should do, we need to add up all these values. So 40 plus 60 plus 80 plus 55. So what is this value? So 5. So 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 8 18, 18 plus 5 is 23. So 235 is the number of burgers that were sold in these 4 days. Now to find out for the Sunday, what I need to do, the total number of burgers already given as 320. From this 320 I need to subtract this 235. So 10 minus 5 is 5. So this becomes 10 and this becomes 1 again. So I need to take a borrow, this becomes 11. 11 minus 3 is 85. Hence the number of burgers that were sold on Sunday was 85. Next, moving on to question number 67. 4 pieces of 75 centimeters were cut from a piece of 14 meters 25 centimeters of a fabric. So find the length of the remaining fabric. Now for that, what we should do is, so first of all find out the length of 4 pieces. So find out the length of 4 pieces of those that fabric, so which gives me, so 4 into 75 centimeters. So this gives me, so 4 into 75 is how much? So 75 into 4. So 5 4s are 20. So 2 is carried, 7 4s are 28, 30. So this gives me, so what is this value? So this is nothing but 3 meters 00 centimeters. So 3 meters 00 centimeters. Now I need to find out length of remaining fabric. So for finding out the remaining fabric, what should I do? I need to subtract this 3 meters from the given one. So it is nothing but 14 meters 25 centimeters minus 3 meters 00 centimeters. So when I do subtraction, so 25 minus 0 is 25 centimeters, 14 minus 3 is 11 meters. Hence the answer is 11 meters 25 centimeters. Next, question number 68. So pictogram shows the number of plants sold through a nursery from Monday to Friday. Okay, then he is asking, find the number of plants sold from Monday to Friday. So each figure represents 20 plants. Then how to find? Count the number of plants shown in the figure. So here it is 2, here it is 4, 5, 3, 5. So 5 plus 5, 10, 10 plus 4, 14, 14 plus 2, 16, 16 plus 3, 19. So totally 19 are given, into each plant represents 20. So 19 into 20. So 19 2s are 38, followed by a 0. Then total number of plants that were sold from Monday to Friday are 380. Next, moving on to question number 69. So find the difference between 5-digit greater and 5-digit smaller number with different digits. With different digits is asking. So find the difference between 5-digit greater number. So 5-digit greater number means, so what I can consider? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So this is nothing but the greatest 5-digit number with different digits, and 5-digit smaller number. So 5-digit smaller number means it should start with 1. It should start with 1, followed by 2, 3, 4, 5. So is this the smallest one? So how can I consider? So 1 followed by, so I can consider 0, no, here. So 0, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now when I subtract this, so this is nothing but my smallest 5-digit number with different digits, and 98765 is my greatest number with different digits. So 5 minus 4 is 1, 6 minus 3 is 3, 7 minus 2 is 5, 8 minus 0 is 8, 9 minus 1 is 8. So answer is 88531. Hence the answer is 88531. Okay, so here different digits he has asked, so we need to consider in this particular way. Right, next moving on to question number 70. Using the different digits, find the smallest number of 4 digits in which 9 is in tens place. 9 is in tens place. If you observe the options, so in all the options 9 is in tens place. He is asking the smallest number among this 1290. So here it is 1200, here 1092, 2091, 2100. So among all these, so this one is the smallest one, hence that is my answer. Next, moving on to question number 71. Which is the smallest 5-digit number found by the digits 516 when 2 digits can be used twice? Smallest 5-digit number. Smallest 5-digit number. So from the options we can easily find it out. Right? So smallest means you should have 11 in the first 2 places. So 11, that means this is cancelled. Next, 565, 556, 655. So here 556 is the smallest one among all those 3. Hence the answer is 11556. Next, moving on to question number 72. The HCF of two numbers is 14, 28 is 14. Find the LCM. So whenever you are given with the two numbers and whenever you are given with LCM or HCF, you can directly find out that other one. So for that, the formula is product of numbers is equal to LCM into HCF. The formula is product of numbers is equal to LCM into HCF. Now what are the numbers that are given? 14 and 28. So directly 14 into 28 is equal to, since I need to find out LCM, so let it be LCM into what is HCF given? HCF is given as 14. Now from this, LCM is equal to 14 into 28 divided by, because it is being multiplied, when you transpose it becomes divided by, so 14 gets cancelled, hence LCM is 28. So answer is 28. So remember this particular condition. So product of two numbers is equal to LCM into HCF. Next, moving on to question number 73. So what is the 4-digit smallest number which is completely divided by 2, 3, 8, 10? 2, 3, 8, 10. So whenever you are asked with such a question, so first of all check. So 2, all the options are satisfying. Next, for 3. So for 3, what should I do? So 2 plus 1 is 3, 1 plus 8 is 9, 6 plus 1, 7. So this is not possible, right? Next, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4. So this is also not possible. So by using the divisibility concept, so option 2, option 4 are cancelled. Next, divisibility of 10. Okay, all are satisfying. So we need to test only these two. Next, divisibility by 8. So for divisibility by 8, what we need to see? We need to see the last 3 digits. Here 20, it is not divisible by 8. Hence, option 3 is my answer. Okay, so option 3 is my answer. So by using the option verification, you can directly get the answer. For suppose, if you want to do it by procedure, then what you should do is directly take the LCM of these 4 numbers. Simply take LCM of these 4 numbers. So 2 in 2 table 1 time, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Next again in 2 table, so 1, 3, 2, 5. Now, so there is no further more. So 5 2s are 10, 10 3s are 30, 32 60, 62 120. So 5 2s are 10, 10 3s are 30, 32 60, 62 120. That means my number, so whatever the number that I have, so that number will be a multiple of 120. That means the particular number will be of the form 120k. That means it is a multiple of 120. So multiples of 120, so among these if I consider, so 1020 cannot be the multiple of 120. So if I take 120 multiples, so what I am going to have? So 12 table, so 12 8s are 9, so 12 8s are 96, so 128s are 960. So after 960, I need to add one more 120. Then what I am going to have? 1080. So this is nothing but my smallest 4-digit number. So greatest 3 digit is 960, the smallest 4 digit is 1080. So which is exactly 0, 2, 3, 8 and 10, right? So like this you can find out that particular 4-digit smallest number. Next, moving on to question number 74. The product of two numbers is 18.75. If one number is thrice of another, find the larger number. Okay, so here you need to understand the question. So product of two numbers, if one number is thrice of the other, so for suppose if I consider one number as x, then the thrice of other that number is 3x. So among this x and 3x, so which one is greater? So 3x is the larger one, right? Now when you multiply these two, so x and 3x, I am going to get when I multiply this x and 3x, I am going to get 18.75. I am going to get 18.75. So from this, how can I write this as? So 3 into x square is equal to this 18.75. I can write it as 1875 by 100, because after decimal point I have the 2 decimal places. Hence by removing, so for removing this decimal point, what I have done, I have divided with 100. Next, In 3 table I can cancel out this numerator. So 3 6s 18. So 3 6 are 18. Next 3 2s are 6. So 25 is left. So here how much is left? 6. So that means 15 is left. So 3 5s are 15. Now from this, x square is equal to 625 divided by 100. Now 625 I can write it as 25 square divided by 100 I can write as 10 square. Now since all are having squares, on comparing, x can be written as, so I can write as x square is equal to 25 by 10 whole square. On comparing this, x is equal to 25 by 10. So 25 by 10 means I can write as 2.5. Hence the answer is 2.5. The value of x is 2.5. But what I need the larger value, no? So larger number is equal to 3 times of x, which is nothing but 3 times of 2.5, which is nothing but 7.5. Hence the answer is 7.5. If we ask about smaller number, then 2.5 would be the answer. Next, moving on to question number 75. Find the value of 3 into 0.3 into 0.03 into 0 into 30. Right, now let us see this. So 3 into 0.3 I can write it as 3 by 10 because we are having only one decimal place value. Next 0.03 I can write it as 3 by 100 into, next it is 30, right? So 30. Now if I do simplification, so what I am going to get? So 10 10 I can cancel it out. Next 3 3s are 9, 9 3s 27, 27 3s 81. So 81 divided by 100. So 81 divided by 100, how can I write it as? So 0.81. Because I am having 2 zeros in the denominator, then directly after the decimal value I should have 2 decimal places. So here, since in the numerator I am having 2 digits, hence those 2 digits will be in the decimal places. So this particular thing if I remove, then directly what is the answer? 0.81. So likewise you can simplify this particular question, right? So whenever you are having decimal values, you convert them into fraction form and then simplify, and again you convert it into decimals. Then it will be easy for you. For suppose if the same question, if we are having 0 here, for suppose if 0 is given here, then answer would be 0. Answer would be 0. So I think there is a mistake, I think. So if this 0 is not present, then this would be my answer. Okay, so whatever it may be, so we are having 2 different selections. If 0 is present, then 0 is my answer. If in the exam, if 0 is not given, then 0.81 is my answer, right? So these are the 25 questions, so which we have discussed in this particular video. So thank you for watching the video, and share with your friends, and stay connected with the channel by subscribing the channel. Thank you for watching.